Nordic rock and dancing communities in breaking. I want to ask you about ciphers and circles. Where I'm coming from is that 4 years ago we started a breaking association in Malmö, trying to build a breaking scene from the hip hop angle. And since my vision from the beginning has been from attending different types of festivals and jams, is looking at the cipher as a positive context. And I see the relation between hip-hop ciphers could be different forms, rapping, music, dancing, also from folkbildning, but that goes way back to Karl Marx and his socialist ideas of working class educating themselves. And a couple of years ago I listened to Marcel Jordan, and he pulled back the ciphers long before hip-hop was born in the East Coast to West Indies and traced back to West Africa, where me and Josman are going in 1 week to do research on ciphers. So what I want to ask you is, what do you have to say about the cipher or circle format to build a positive context, different from the ciphers or circles that are negative or destructive? And would you give us some references and starting stones?
I think it's really too, it hasn't been researched so much actually, but I think it's so human to create some sort of circle to learn. So I think you can find it all over the globe actually. So it's so natural to create some sort of learning environment within a circle. But I think it's a little bit, what do we say, under-researched, or what is the English word for?
Under-researched.
Under-researched, yeah. And so I think you have something to do here. Go there and talk to people, and maybe it's not, it hasn't been written down in all kinds of culture. Maybe it's more in the oral, transmitted orally but I think it's connected to being a human actually, this circle, and you can see it when you go to a daycare for kids or a kindergarten. They are sitting in a cipher, of course. If you want to meet each other in a more democratic way, we would sit in the cipher. But in the breaking community, would it be? Do you think could it be 2 in a cipher?
No, it has to be at least 3.
Yeah, you see, with the rules for funding.
But I'm going to take the chance and ask Ms. Marta Diaz and Mr. Perez Gray also, what do you have to say about ciphers and how to use them in a positive, constructive context?
I'll let Paradise answer first.
Ciphers are like, here's the one thing about hip hop. I grew up in the South Bronx, and I'm 58 years old, right? And when people they say, okay, hip hop is 50 years old. Well, I'm 58 years old, and I've been doing hip hop longer than 50 years. The beginning of hip hop is just like a thing that someone said. We didn't even call hip hop until the 1980s. We were intentional about what this is, what we're going to call it, and what we're doing. Before that, the elements of hip hop existed since the beginning of time. When man began talking, he began rapping. There's an African proverb that said, if you could talk, you could sing. If you could walk, you can dance. We've been doing ciphers forever. When did rapping begin? When did breakdancing begin? When did any of this begin? It all came together organically in the Bronx, but it wasn't created there. In the same way that the ciphers are forever. Indigenous people have done ciphers since the beginning of time.
Indeed. I think I respectfully disagree with you. I don't think you need 3 people. I think you need 2 people. It's enough.
One or more people come together in my name.
That's right. And and it's the battle or the community, the commune that you create. and Cypher is a concept in some ways. Like you can, like I produce career ciphers for students to learn about different careers in the industry, entertainment industry or music industry. And we start by introducing young people about hip hop history, which is often missing from hip hop education. And I'm like the hip hop police and have to be like, no, you have to teach about the origins first. How are you teaching advanced, skills when you don't even know about how it got started and why it was started? Because once you know that, then you approach learning from a different, perspective and way of purpose, just different purpose and meaning. And so the career cipher is about, to me, a concept of like connecting with the others, and it rises to a form of like increasing your energy and your frequency to manifest a different reality. So it's spiritual at the end of the day for me. So I have a different viewpoint, but the Career Cypher is a great research project, like Johan said. I think it's under research, and if you can write a paper about it, we would all read it.
Great. Thank you so much.